Every morning, Lily would skip into her classroom, clutching her pink backpack, her little brother Jack trailing quietly behind, eyes wide, clutching a crayon drawing meant for his teacher. But one morning, their seats were empty. Their tiny shoes didn't walk through the door, and no one knew why. A teacher marked them absent, thinking maybe tomorrow they'd return. Tomorrow never came. In a world that claims to protect its children, how did two kids vanish without a trace, right from under the watch of the people meant to keep them safe? And when rumors of their deaths began to spread, the teachers who loved them were left asking the question that now haunts everyone: what did we miss? Tonight, we aren't just telling you about a case. We're telling you about Lily and Jack through the eyes of the teachers who saw the silent cries for help and the haunting guilt left behind. But before we dive into this, kindly subscribe to our channel if you believe in fighting for justice. We've just crossed 1,000 subscribers, all because of your support, and we need that same energy to reach 2,000, then 5,000, and then 10,000. So go ahead and drop your DNA on that subscribe button, because wherever you are, the day this vision is fulfilled, I will send my appreciation straight to you. Let's keep building this community that fights for justice together. Teachers see everything: the nervous glances, the bruises hidden under sleeves, the way a child flinches when someone raises their voice. Lily's teacher noticed she had become quieter in the weeks before she disappeared. She would cling to her stuffed bunny during reading time, her eyes darting to the classroom door every few minutes, as if she was waiting for someone or hiding from someone. Jack, only 4, would sometimes come in with shoes on the wrong feet, hair unbrushed, dark circles under his eyes. His teacher remembered how he would burst into tears when the bell rang, clutching onto her hand, begging not to go home just yet. They were just kids, and the school tried to love them the best it could. But no matter how much love was given in that classroom, it couldn't protect them once the dismissal bell rang. When Lily and Jack didn't show up for school on May 2nd, the teacher wasn't worried at first. Kids get sick, parents keep them home. But by day 3, the worry turned into a knot in the teacher's stomach. She called, but no one answered. She emailed, but there was no reply. The school counselor noted it in the system: no contact from home, siblings absent, reasons unknown. By the end of that week, rumors had already started swirling in the teacher's lounge. Whispers of "do you hear Lily's family is in trouble? And Jack's bruises, do you think it was?" were hushed, but they were there. Then the official news broke. 2 children missing, Lily and Jack Sullivan. The pictures they used on the news were the same ones from their school folders, the ones the teacher had helped them take on picture day, adjusting Lily's hair clip, telling Jack to smile. Lily's chair stayed empty, a small pink backpack still hanging on its hook. Jack's Spider-Man water bottle sat untouched in the corner, the one he always insisted on bringing to class, even when it wasn't a water day. The teacher tried to carry on, but the other children noticed. They asked, "When is Lily coming back? Is Jack still sick?" And there was no answer that felt right. No explanation that made sense in a classroom filled with crayons and snack packs. The art projects Lily and Jack had started were left half-finished. A finger painting with Lily's bright yellows, a dinosaur sketch Jack was proud of. Every morning, the teacher would glance at the door, half expecting Lily's shy wave, Jack's chatter about the cartoons he watched. But the door stayed shut, the laughter stayed gone, because even in a small school, silence can be deafening when 2 children disappear. But behind the scenes, the silence wasn't just about missing laughter. Teachers started remembering small moments they hadn't pieced together before. Lily often came to school with bruises on her arms, explained away as playground accidents. Jack sometimes flinched when a loud noise happened, eyes darting toward the door. The teacher documented these things, just as they're required to, sending reports to the office, quietly notifying Child Protective Services. CPS had visited the Sullivan home once, maybe twice, but nothing changed. Lily once told her teacher she wished she could stay at school forever. Jack once asked if he could take extra snacks home for later. Little things, quiet red flags. The teacher shared these concerns with a counselor. They shared them with a social worker, but before anything could truly be done, Lily and Jack stopped showing up. Their absence was noted in the attendance book with a cold, unfeeling word, unexcused. No explanation came from home, no follow-up call to say they were sick, visiting family, or moving away, just nothing. 2 empty chairs, 2 missing children. The teacher couldn't let it go. Every morning, she glanced at Lily's empty desk, at Jack's forgotten pencil box still in the drawer. She called the home. No answer. She left messages. No reply. At recess, she overheard parents whispering. Some said the family was troubled. Others claimed CPS had visited too many times with no real action. Rumors started to swirl like a storm around the Sullivan home. One parent mentioned seeing Lily with a bruise under her eye a week before she disappeared, and another recalled Jack coming to school hungry, scarfing down his breakfast, like he hadn't eaten in days. The teacher shared her notes with authorities, desperate to find any clue that could explain why Lily and Jack vanished. But days turned to weeks, and the community's frustration grew. Some blamed the parents, whispering about late-night arguments and strange people coming and going from the house. Others believed the system failed, ignoring red flags, dismissing bruises, and silencing Lily and Jack's small voices crying for help before it was too late. The teacher kept asking herself the same question every night: could I have done more? Parents in the community started gathering outside the school, demanding answers. How could 2 children just vanish without a trace? How could so many signs be missed? The teacher remembered the last art project Lily drew, a rainbow with a house under it, but no people inside. She remembered Jack asking if he could take extra snacks home. They were little signs, pieces of a puzzle no one put together in time. When investigators finally came to the school, asking questions about Lily and Jack's attendance, their bruises, their behavior, the teacher opened her notes with trembling hands. She told them about Lily's withdrawn silence, about Jack flinching when someone raised their voice, about the days they came to school dirty, clothes unwashed. And as the police nodded, jotting down details, the teacher felt a sickness in her stomach. Because all of this should have been seen sooner. Heard sooner, and maybe, just maybe, Lily and Jack would still be sitting in their seats, arguing over crayons and sharing stories about cartoons. But now, all that was left was an empty desk, silent hallways, and a community turning its grief into anger, demanding to know why these children weren't protected, and who would finally answer for what happened to them. At a community town hall, the tension broke. Parents stood up, one by one, voices shaking, demanding accountability. Why didn't you press harder when Lily came in with a bruise under her eye? Why was Jack absent for a week before anyone called home? How many warning signs have to be missed before we lose another child? Teachers, eyes red, admitted they had concerns, but were told to wait and watch. Some said they made calls that went nowhere, that they were told CPS was already involved, that it was being handled. But no one came, no one checked, no one saved them. And in that silence, 2 children disappeared, leaving a classroom with empty chairs, a coat hook with a small jacket that would never be worn again, and a teacher's heart heavy with guilt. In the days that followed, CPS released a statement. They said they were aware of concerns, that an investigation was ongoing, that they could not comment further. But the community didn't want statements. They wanted answers. Online, the debate turned savage. Was it the system's fault, or the parents'? Was it poverty, addiction, or pure neglect, or was it something darker? Comment sections filled with rage. Someone knew these kids were in danger. They were let down by everyone. They should have been saved. People posted old-school photos of Lily smiling with missing teeth, Jack holding up a finger painting. Others shared stories of seeing them at the grocery store, at the playground, giggling together. And as the days turned into nights, candles burned out at the vigil site. But the questions remained: who will protect the next Lily? Who will notice the next Jack before it's too late? Who will break the silence when the system stalls and a child's life hangs in the balance? The school's halls are quieter now, even with other children laughing, running, scraping knees in the playground. Lily's chair, empty. Jack's cubby, untouched. Teachers walk past them, pausing, eyes lingering, breaths catching for a moment before the day moves on. Some parents drop off their kids, eyes flicking toward the Sullivan siblings' absence, whispering, "They were just here last week. Did you hear what happened?" But rumors can't hug you back, and speculation won't bring Lily and Jack home. Teachers who once encouraged Lily's shy smile, who watched Jack's messy drawings, now replay their last interactions. Was Lily quieter that day? Did Jack's bruises mean something more? Did we miss the signs? And above all, one question, could we have done something before it was too late? Because schools are often the last safe place, the final eyes watching before a child disappears forever.